OfferVault. It's Josh with the Affiliate Marketing Show coming to you again with another fantastic guest today. He's the CEO and founder of the Affiliate Ball, everyone's favorite networking industry event, and the brand new virtual digital Expo. But more importantly, he's the man that taught me how to shave with a real razor. Not to mention, he's my uncle and former boss. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Darren Blatt, aka D Money. What's up, Darren? How you doing?
More like I'm everybody's boss. How you doing?
Oh, zing.
I see that razor is working really good for you.
Yeah, I lost it. As you can tell, I no longer have the razor. But
well, just for the record, we did a pretty good job teaching you how to shave. This is not an example of how good you shave. We know you do a great job with no bumps.
Yeah, well, let's give the people a little backstory there. I'm sure it'll come up in our interview. But after college, I bought a one-way ticket to Los Angeles. Darren said, come pursue your dreams as a musician. You can sleep on my couch, sell sponsorships for the Affiliate Ball, and maybe I'll teach you how to shave while you're at it. So I actually slept on, Darren, your couch for about 4 months, I think, until you kicked me out. Is that right?
It was a brand new couch, and I still got the Josh divot.
Yes, it's a good divot, I'm sure. So let's just jump right into it, if that's cool with you. I'm curious. I know you got a really great backstory before all this affiliate marketing stuff even got started. So what were you doing before the Affiliate Ball, before anything related to affiliate marketing? What was the first thing you were doing right when you moved out to California, for that matter?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, I moved out to California to pursue my dreams of being a business owner. So I started an alarm system company that handled fire systems, access control systems, and all kinds of alarm setups. And one of my clients, this will actually segue into the next question probably. So having an alarm company, I sold this really big tech company called Website Story. They were one of my accounts. And what they invented was the first third-party counter for websites. It was like the Nielsen ratings of 1996, 97. So I got started before I entered into this industry by starting an alarm company. Turns out my client that I let know I was leaving my partner made me a job offer. They were an internet company with this counter. They made me an offer. I counter offered, and then I became their marketing guy and salesperson, and we blew it up. And that's how I got into the internet world back then, which let me cold call everybody in the industry, only to learn most of the industry at that time were doing the adult rated websites with the counter. So it was kind of interesting. Okay, so the people with the most traffic in the world have sex websites? Interesting. But anyway.
So what year was this when you moved out to LA and kind of got started with all that?
1996, I moved out and started the alarm company. And then by the end of that year or beginning of 97 is when I entered into the digital marketing space.
Now, I remember from our conversations in the past, you kind of have said you were doing affiliate marketing even before you were in the mainstream industry. So for our viewers that don't know, your story, can you enlighten them a little bit about what you were doing before the Affiliate Ball and maybe the progression of how you got to where you are now?
Yeah, so like I was saying, so the story starts when I worked within the industry for a third-party counter, which was for both adult websites and non-adult websites. It was just a technology. As fate would have it, when I left them, I started marketingfirm.com, which is a marquee domain name to have. And the only reason why I have such a great name is because I registered a ton of really good ones back then, along with all my friends. So I registered it. I started a consulting service back then, and I had a really unique perspective on the whole industry. I brokered deals with all the big guys back in the day. Turns out that they were mostly adult sites, but a lot of those people from that industry crossed into our industry today. It was just my friends and I helped pave the way for the rest to come. So like we were figuring out technologies that would work for our needs, the pay site model, the credit card processing, the videos and how to stream it and how to convert clicks. I mean, I was doing that in 97 and on. So that's how I got started. And then, as a part of my brand, I always threw the big balls because I got big balls,
Yeah, we all know you got huge balls. So what was the ball prior to the Affiliate Ball?
When you were a little kid growing up, I was never able to talk about it with you as a youngin. You would hear that I threw these cool parties with Snoop Dogg and all these big stars, but you didn't really know what it was. But it was called the Players Ball. And it was called the Players Ball for all the players in the internet industry. So back in 2001 was the first time I worked with Snoop Dogg and had him perform a full concert there. And the unique thing about this Players Ball, which is very similar to today's affiliate ball and marketers ball, is that I've always gotten 2,000 to 3,000 people per event since the very beginning. I threw my first one in 1999. We had the band members of Sublime right after Brad died, and they were called Long Beach Dub All-Stars, and nobody had any idea that I had Sublime basically playing the party because I wasn't allowed to advertise Sublime, but they played all their Sublime songs, and I was loving it. It was like the greatest. And then it just kind of grew from there, and I got more creative with costume-themed events, which in today's Me Too movement, you'd never be able to do. You can only imagine with a name like Players Ball, we wore really good suits, and Anyway, so that's how the Players Ball started. I got to work with all my favorite artists, and I used my background, which I had in music, after high school.
So how do we get from the Players Ball to the affiliate ball? What happened to the Players Ball, and what led you to start the new ball? Because we all know you got the biggest balls. What led you to the new ball, the affiliate ball? Where did that timeline and why? What happened there?
Well, to say no, my old balls are still cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, your old balls might be cooler than your new balls.
You see what I did there? The old ball is still kind of around. We threw a book release party recently with Digital Underground, and we had Tone Loc show up. So I threw a spontaneous one because there's a book that came out about the Players Ball, and that was kind of fun. But as far as the transition, it was around 10 years ago. When I threw the first affiliate ball, targeting the affiliate summit, I didn't even know Sean and Missy yet. I was just this renegade party. And I was phasing out the Players Ball. So that was the last year I did the Players Ball. So it was actually both events on back-to-back nights, one for the adult internet and one for mainstream, as we would have said back in the day, because nobody calls it mainstream anymore. So yeah, I knew it was the last one in the adult because tube sites came and wiped away all the pay site models. People didn't have to pay for their content, and that's what phased out. So when all the money was gone and I couldn't afford to do it on the level that I wanted to do it, I really just made a real ballsy move. See what I did there? And I said, why don't I just do the other part of the internet that, everybody's transitioning into? Because a lot of friends like Whitey Cracker, who's a known figure in the industry, he dates back way far back. He was DJing my events back in the day. He had a few wins, and I piggybacked and used his contacts as good as I could. And then I figured out who people were, and I became parts of the groups. And I threw the affiliate ball the same year as the Players Ball, and I had 3-6 Mafia that year. And we had a venue that was huge. We did probably 3,000 people. And never looked back.
So basically, companies...
I phased one out and started the next one.
Mainly because companies in the adult space didn't have as much money to spend on cool stuff like party sponsorships, but you thinking ahead were like, I'm going to take this formula, I'm going to find an industry that's booming now, and I'm going to keep doing what I love. Is that pretty much right?
That is right, but there was one little twist. As I started to become an adult, because remember, I started off at 25, 26, I was young, and, what did I care if people were doing adult? I wasn't doing it. I'm just a marketer, and I'm just throwing big events. So as far as I was concerned, I wasn't in that industry. But outsiders thought that I was in that industry. And when I showed up to my class reunion, it was kind of embarrassing. And it was like I had to explain, I don't do that, So being a father and getting older, I'm like, do I really want to be doing this and have that be what I'm known for and be Google searched? And, I felt like I could be doing this in any industry. So if that industry is dying, why would I want to have that out there at all? So I just kind of did the ballsy move, and I said, I'm going to make a name for myself in the non-adult sector and use everything that I know about marketing and internet and throwing big business-to-business events and never look back.
Cool. So obviously I know everything about you and the affiliate ball. We worked together for quite a while, but let's pretend I don't. Let's pretend there's some new people in the industry. Whenever physical shows start happening again, I'm sure you'll be doing your parties. What do you want people to know about the affiliate ball? What is it? What do you guys focus on? And what's the primary goal of these events?
Well, I want them to think of it as a legendary event, not just like a regular party that you went to and somebody, had free drinks and maybe a DJ. I want it to really stand out from the rest. So part of what I try to do is I want to make it something that you remember for life. I want you to look back 10 years from now and you'll be talking to your friends who you knew from back then and others saying, I remember that time we partied with Busta Rhymes and Evander Holyfield was there and I got my pic with him, or maybe you see Shaggy on TV and you're like, wow, that was a great affiliate ball. So like for me, it's more about the legendary moments you'll remember as opposed to just that other party. Like, are you really going to remember that other party at the Circle Bar? Maybe for a month or two or whatever, maybe not in a year. You know what I'm saying? Is it so wrong to want to be remembered for life? Is that so bad?
No, that's fine. I totally understand. So just off topic, I want to know your preference. Top 3 players balls and the top 3 affiliate balls, in your opinion, based off of, the artists that were there.
Oh, you're freestyling. That wasn't even on my questionnaire.
Yeah, no.
I'll tell you off the top of my head. Well,
it doesn't have to be in any order, and it doesn't have to be the top 3, but just 3 memorable players balls and 3 memorable affiliate balls, just to give our viewers kind of an idea of the collection of artists that you've actually had at these events.
Well, I love all of my balls as if they were all my children, or family jewels in this case, or not in this case.
How many more?
What are we talking about again?
How many more ball references do you think you'll make?
I don't know. I'm done with it. The whole thing's about my balls, and I really didn't want it to be about my Expo and me.
Right. We'll get to the Expo. Don't worry.
Okay. So the most memorable ones. Okay. So when I did the players ball, the number 1 of all time, Snoop Dogg, June 29th, 2001.
Wow, the date.
Yeah, Venetian at C2K. 3,000 plus people, 3 levels.
That's when you were like, this is going to work.
Yeah, I think I'm on to something here.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. Digital Underground opened up that night. I did the Big Woody Awards as opposed to the Affy Awards, which were a big hit. Huge hit, actually. So that was probably my number 1. And then I would mix in Ice Cube. He was one of my all-time favorites of the Players Ball era. And then as far as one of the most fun, and, you're a musician. I think your audience probably knows that by that image of you with the bass face that you got going on.
Right.
But, George Clinton and P-Funk I had perform, and I had Digital Underground because they were always like my house act. So I had, a jam session with their band and also Shock G and George Clinton, everybody. And it was just amazing. I had Don Magic Juan on stage with Flavor Flav, with Digital Underground. Like, that was an amazing night. So as far as really unique content, and I have all of it in my vault, that was very memorable. Now, as far as the affiliate ball, to keep on track, I think the top ones would be probably either Snoop Dogg one, I'll classify as one, because he DJ'd in New York and in Vegas. I think T-Pain probably was the greatest performance outside of a DJ. And I think Nelly was probably one of the greatest shows as far as a long, really amazing hit after hit performance. But, can I add I
was going to say, that doesn't even include Busta Rhymes. That doesn't include Big Boy of Outkast. That doesn't
Sean Paul.
There's a laundry list. Yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, Juicy J.
Name drop.
Yeah. Okay. Is the name drop meter going?
Yeah. So as you can see, for those of you watching the show right now, if you haven't been to an affiliate ball, make sure you guys find yourself at the next one whenever that does happen. I'm sure it'll be another legendary artist.
We have one coming up.
Oh, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we have one coming up. We have a marketer's ball and an affiliate ball. See, I don't let pandemics stop the party. The show must go on. So what we're going to do is a virtual expo. It's called virtualdigitalexpo.com. And it's a whole trade show. It's the whole thing, all the experiences, and 2 back-to-back nights of parties. So the affiliate ball is going to happen, and the marketers ball. And a little heads up, we just got our first DJ we signed that I'll make official later tonight. Mixmaster Mike of the Beastie Boys is going to be DJing.
Oh, no way. That's awesome. He did one of your parties in the past too. I think I was there, and I definitely can say with confidence that was one of the better shows I've been to as well.
Yeah, he's been great. So I've worked with him a couple of times, and we've stayed in touch. He's a friend, so yeah, we're fam, and he loves what we're doing and thinks it's very cutting edge. And he's also very big in the gaming industry and with the VR industry. He's really got a huge reach, especially with the tech area. So I think he appreciates what we're doing, and he's really excited to be a part of it. So yeah, so the party's going to go on June 5th, June 6th, back-to-back nights. You have to be registered for the show for free, and you'll be able to party with Mixmaster Mike. And we're in talks with people like Snoop Dogg to bring him back and other big names. So you might just be chatting with Snoop Dogg during the party. I could have surprise guests coming in, celebrity appearances, and I'll just be hosting the show. Maybe I'll have you co-host for a little bit with me. We'll get you in there to talk about OfferVault and all the big stuff you're doing.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That would be quite the high honor if I could be a part of that. Now, it's not just a virtual party. There's like an actual trade show aspect of it as well, isn't there?
It's kind of funny how normally I'm the official party of trade shows, and now I have a trade show as the official trade show of my party.
Right.
So
it's all coming full circle now.
Yeah, it's all full circle. The goal in any business model is to own the farm, own the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So we started an expo so that we can. It's really for a very unselfish reason. It's really about the industry. Like, it stinks that there's no trade shows right now. And the only thing you're getting are, we're going to have this summit here that has speakers. And there's no diss on that. I think it's amazing to have speakers, and I'm going to go watch as well. But there's no trade show. There's no booth-to-booth interaction with people. So if I could help in any way to the industry, I took it upon myself and my team of people, and we built the most amazing experience that's going to feel like a real trade show. It's going to collect leads. You're going to have 500 people at your booth. 500 people at your booth. Think about that. Everybody wants to be a speaker. You could be a speaker at your booth. I'll even list it. And while you're at your booth, to be a keynote speaker, that's like a 500 capacity room, right? We can make you a keynote in your own booth. So all you got to do is promote it to your people. Let them know, hey, sign up for free. Watch me speak at my booth on so-and-so day, so-and-so time. Everybody could be a speaker with a booth.
So this is kind of like groundbreaking new technology that you're going to be introducing to the industry that I guess it kind of sounds like we haven't seen before.
Haven't seen it, but we're going to be using Zoom as far as our platform, and we have the enterprise package. So every booth is going to have up to 500 members, and you get host control. And you don't just get the booth for the trade show dates. I'm going to keep it going. So leading up to the show, you get to use the booth. So if you're already setting up your meetings, you could use your booth, and people will see what it looks like, how to reach you, your links, your offers, your deals. And then boom, you could be doing your demonstration.
It's like a pregame for the trade show.
Yeah, and it's great advertising for us, because when people see how slick these booths are, you're going to want to get one.
Yeah, and I have seen how slick they are, and I think people are going to be super impressed with what you put together. This kind of leads me right into the next question here. I think you've already kind of answered part of it, but where do you see the industry heading over the next 6 months, year, 2, 3 years? Do you think this virtual expo is going to become the new norm, or do you think it's just going to be part of the new norm? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I mean, we got to look at the facts right now, right? There's a virus out there that's deadly. We all can't go in big groups for a while. So that's going to eliminate trade shows for a little bit, which is unfortunate. But if they told me tomorrow, you could roam about the country. I'm not going in a big group until there's a vaccine and I have it. So until there's a vaccine, and we're looking at probably minimum year to a year and a half on a vaccine, and probably by the time the mass produce it to everybody, we're looking at a 2-year window. So what else are we going to do? Just wait? I'm not going to wait. I'm going to make an expo and I'm going to party and we're going to add all the bells and whistles that you would have had, including, well, as far as an industry goes, yes, you're going to see more of these sprouting up and people will probably start copying what I'm building. And I expect that to happen too, which is why we're going to keep adding more bells and whistles, like the drop your business card off at our booth, or the win prizes at our booth, or I mean, there's so many things. We even have a matchmaking service for you and a speed networking. So you can fill out a form, check mark everything that you're offering and what you're looking for. And we're going to match you up and you're going to see the people with the most amount of matches and do business. And it's all free. You just got to sign up for the show. You get that as a feature. Maybe the sponsors will be able to get some of that data from us, work something out. So as far as the industry goes, I probably see it going more virtual. Now, as far as, the consumer side of things, I would say e-com is very big. It's probably booming right now that people are getting their, stimulus, checks and everything. You have wellness offers are going to be booming right now because people, they're stuck at home for a while and they can't go to their gym, and anything you can do, you're going to want to focus on wellness right now, right? In all kinds of ways. Nutra, psychological, get my how to do this and how to do that. I think influencers are going to take over the industry. They've been rising very fast right now, and they're still figuring it out. They're still trying to figure out how affiliate marketing works, and they've kind of figured a few things out. And the smart people in our industry have locked in the big influencers. I see that as being something that grows. And Facebook ads are always going to be there, and that's always going to grow too. So in a nutshell, that's where I see it going.
Cool. So let's pretend I'm a kid coming out of college. This is kind of a question I like to ask all my guests, because I'm assuming there are some kids in college that might not be in school right now, and they're thinking, what am I doing? I want to make money online.
I remember when that was you.
I was going to say, what would be your advice outside of come sleep on my couch?
And work for free.
And work for free, yeah. What would be your advice to some kids that are 22, they either graduated or they thought they were getting ready to graduate, things that you would tell them to focus on, and maybe some things you would tell them to ignore that you learned from personal experience?
Well, I would say listen more than you speak, as the starting point, because, when you're looking to learn something, you really got to pay attention. And there's a lot of words being thrown at you in life. But you got to kind of pay attention at times to the parts that resonate with you. And you're like, I think I learned something from that little bit that Josh just told me or that Darren told me. And then just, put that away, store it in your little book in your head and use that. Because if you just listen and you talk to smart people and you figure out how they got there, you're going to figure out a way to do it for yourself. So that being said, I would say the next part of that would be to follow your passions and your interests and let that guide you, and then figure out a way to monetize it based on everything that you've learned. Because if you have more passion behind it, you're going to have more energy behind it, and you're going to be the best salesperson possible because you believe in it. So follow your passion, study up a little bit on the marketing behind it, look at people's formulas that are working out there. Don't exactly copy it, but just take the strategy and make it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
How does D-Money define the concept of success? For you, is it an awesome party with a huge crowd? Is it work-life balance? What's your definition of being a successful person?
I mean, it really is just two words: health, happiness. It's really simple. I mean, we're all equal. You only have so much time on this planet. I don't care how much money this guy has or that guy has. At the end of the day, are you happy? Are you healthy? I mean, that's the most important thing for me. So if I'm happy, I got a great son, I got a great fiance, my brother's awesome, my brother's pretty cool, you're pretty cool as my nephew and all. So my family's cool. As long as everybody's healthy, everyone's happy, I don't ask for anything else. And that's the ultimate, that's it. I mean, what else is there really?
Yeah, and this has been a common theme of my show as well, for those of you who have seen a few episodes by now. Going on the opposite side of the spectrum, has there been a specific failure in your life that you look back on and you're like, I'm so glad that I went through that because it taught me X, Y, and Z, and really helped me become the person I am today. And then, later on said that wasn't a failure at all. It was just an excellent learning experience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like as I go, I learn things, for example, I was very critical of myself, when I first started to get up on a stage to MC my events. I never wanted to be an MC. I feel like the first attempt or two, I failed. But what I ended up doing is, you get better at your craft, you see the videos of yourself. And for people out there doing tutorials and getting on a camera, it's not easy. I'm not good at it. When I get up on stage, the best method for me I learned is don't rock back and forth, don't chew gum. Like I did all these mistakes. I wore a hat like this when I was on stage with Ice-T, and I pushed my ears down like that. And I had no idea I looked like that the whole show, and I'm up there with Ice-T chewing gum. I looked so dumb. So that was a failure. Like here I think, wow, this is amazing. I'm with Ice-T hosting my Players Ball. Then I see the footage and I'm like, man, I really felt cool, but I really wasn't. So I would, other failures would have been I could have had Eminem when he was pretty new, perform my Players Ball when he was only $30,000. That's a failure. I didn't do it. I only didn't do it because he had one hit. And I thought well, I need star power if I'm going to sell sponsorships. He's just this white kid. People are going to make fun of him soon. He's not the real deal. But turns out I was wrong. That was a failure. Kendrick Lamar, same thing. Could have gotten him at 30 grand. Cheap, These guys blow up to $250,000, $1 million. Same thing, though. He had one hit. He was going to be the next big thing. There's things like that I consider a failure in a way because, man, I would love to have that footage or be able to say, yeah, I had Eminem, something like that. Definitely.
What's a worthwhile investment that you've made, maybe recently, maybe not recently? Could be investment of money, a physical product, a change of mindset, something that maybe our viewers can take and apply to their own life to try and better their life and become more productive.
Well, now that we all have nothing but time on our hands, we're all sitting around quarantined. And, I was thinking, I think I was ahead of most people on how serious this was going to be when I bought my freezer chest about 6 weeks ago, and people thought I was crazy and I was being made fun of. And I call it my D-Money's Ark. I put a sign on it now, I prepared for this, right? So around that time, I started projecting this out. If it's that bad, the virus, then, I need to put my efforts and time now into something. So I'm actually applying that question right now in building this virtual expo, because I know that if I just focus on this, it's a labor of love for the industry. We need it. We need a way to do our normal business. We've got to thrive as an industry. So if we don't have it, what are we going to do? So I've been working day and night. My voice is a little hoarse every day because I'm on the phones, I'm talking with people, and I'm building with my developers and my designer who's amazing. I believe you know him. And we got a great team. So I've been for me, that's the most worthwhile investment that I've made, was working around the clock the last 5 weeks before people started realizing, oh my God, we're really not going to have these trade shows. There's more and more people canceling their shows. Well, what are we all going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what to do. You know what to do.
I just got to keep recording these episodes. Speaking of nothing but time on our hands, what is something that you like to do with your free time when you're not working, for that matter? Any hobbies or activities that you enjoy doing?
Right now it's just literally been 100% focused on the expo, and it's actually fun for me. So I could call it a hobby, I could call it work. I mean, I'm really just obsessed with it. I've come up with concepts and ideas every day that I can implement. And at that point, it's fun and it's a hobby. So I'm going to have to say everything is going into this right now. But besides that, I mean, I have my fish tank, I have my dog, You're
just a family man. You're a man of the people.
Yeah, I mean, family is really important. I talk on my Facebook Messenger video chats with friends and family, and I like to keep that interaction going. But the best hobby I have right now is the expo.
Very cool, very cool. When you lose focus while you're working on the expo, do you have any tips or things you do to kind of get back in the zone and get back to it?
Yeah, I mean, I drink a little more coffee,
Yeah,
and
I've
that
been
definitely gives
slamming
me a
coffee.
little, yeah, that gets me a little extra pep, you know. And sometimes I just take a break and sit out on my balcony, and I'm in LA, so in LA we have sunshine almost every day, and it puts you in a really good, inspired mood. Lately, I've been doing yoga. I've been doing Pilates. I have a reformer now in the bedroom that Deborah got. So I've been learning how to do the reformer, and I do yoga. So
Cool.
yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite achievements? I think this would be a great way to end the interview. This is your time to brag about some of your favorite successes in your life. What are some of the things that really stick out?
Well, number one, you.
Mm,
You're my biggest success.
thank you.
I mean, look at you, dude.
Yeah, look at me now. Got my
I
own show
mean,
on a major television network.
this is not just some nephew interviewing his uncle. I
Yeah,
feel like, the Cuomos, like one's on CNN interviewing his brother, the governor of New York.
right.
Like this is kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm on with my Chris Cuomo interview right now with my little protege. So I'm very proud of you. I'm proud that you're with OfferVault and what you're doing with OfferVault. I'm proud that you learned the industry. You worked the trade shows with me. You figured it out. So like you turned it into your own. And so that's number one, you. And then after you, I would say the Players Ball, Affiliate Ball, the AFI Awards. I mean, I just kind of did that as a way to give back and turn the spotlight back on the industry. And before you know it, it turns into a really big award that people really appreciate. What makes it unique and special is that we give it to anybody in the industry that's deserving of the spotlight. You don't have to be the owner. You don't have to have the best this or the best that. Are you a good person? Should people know you? Are you doing something unique? Have you achieved something? So to me, the AFI Awards turned into a huge success, and I'm very proud of that. And then I would say my son, I'm very proud of him. That's my biggest achievement ever besides you. Kind of look at you as my son. I did teach you how to shave.
I was gonna say, is there even a difference? Who knows?
Sometimes I call you son when no one's around, and
Hmm.
call
You're
me
like
dad.
you're a second father to me. I appreciate
I
it.
was gonna wear "I Am Your Father" the T-shirt that I got on Father's Day for this interview,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to bust your balls too much. But yeah,
Yeah.
really,
No.
my son is what. And look, my other achievement is Deborah. And keeping the relationship going through cancer and everything that we've gone through with her battling breast cancer, and we conquered that. So I mean, that's a huge achievement to be with your partner and make it through something life altering and come out of it loving each other more, getting engaged, doing it in front of everybody in the industry at the last affiliate ball while I had the chance. I mean, I got to hug everybody afterwards and sharing a moment like that. A lot of people, might have thought it was a little cheesy, but look back at it now and think, you know what? That was the biggest and best opportunity I could have done something like that. Who knows? I mean, what would I do? Do it on the couch at this point over the next 2 years? It wouldn't be the same. So that was an achievement too. And that's
So,
it.
so we'll say it's actually the reverse order. We'll say your biggest achievement was Deborah or your son. We'll say those are tied, and then I come after that. I'll be the third one. I'm fine
I
doing that.
put you kind of equal. Is that weird?
No, no, not at all. Not to me, but maybe to other people. But regardless, Darren, you have been a fantastic guest on the Affiliate Marketing Show. Obviously, we'll have you back anytime. Before we let you go, we're going to finish this interview with a little game I like to call the OfferVault Hot Seat. Now, here's how it works.
Wait, hold on a second. This wasn't on the questions.
We're going to give you 5 would you rather questions, not related to affiliate marketing at all, but basically just to get to know Darren Blatt, the human being. You can pass. Not many people pass, so we'd appreciate it if you don't. But if you feel uncomfortable, you can pass. But as we go, they're going to get a little harder and a little more personal. Do you have any questions?
I feel like we're playing Fibbage on Zoom. Okay, go.
Do you have any questions before we get started?
Do I get to call a lifeline? Can I call like my brother if I get stumped on something?
No, you cannot have a lifeline. So let's get right into it here. Question 1. Would you rather be married to Paris Hilton or Charlie Sheen?
Paris Hilton.
Okay, I would probably say the same. Question 2. Would you rather have unlimited respect or unlimited power?
I think with respect comes power, so I'm gonna have to say respect.
Or if you have unlimited power, can you force everyone to respect you?
We know I could get political on that answer, but I won't.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. This is a very PC, non-political show. Thank you. Number 3, would you rather live in the house of your dreams with no internet for the rest of your life, or your current home with internet for the rest of your life?
Ooh. Oh, man. Ooh. I'll take the internet in current spot.
I would too.
I got a great spot. I can ride it out here and I'm good.
Yeah, especially for where the industry is going, you got to have the internet now, right?
Yeah, no, especially for my business. I couldn't do what I'm doing. I couldn't bring so many people together around the world.
Yeah. So how you doing so far? We're halfway through, a little past halfway. You good?
Man, I'm nervous. I'm sweating. My palms are... Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right, question 4 of the OfferVault hot seat. Would you rather have your body found on a pile of sex toys or a pile of drugs?
Sex toys.
Why?
Isn't that obvious? I mean, because, you can only imagine that I went out with a bang, right? Like, yeah, he's still smiling while he lays there all like,
Did you mean like bang literally or figuratively?
I don't know what you mean by that, but I would like to be on the sex toys over the drugs because I don't do drugs.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. We'll just keep moving right along here. Question
and
number
just for that
5.
reason only. I don't do drugs. I'm anti-drugs. I mean, marijuana is not a drug, so I don't do any drugs.
Right, got it. Number 5. Would you rather wake up with an IV in your arm in a creepy hospital, or would you rather wake up chained to a radiator in an empty, dark room?
It sounds like the one where, like, if you woke up with your pants down and Vaseline all over you and you're camping out with your best friend or nephew, would you tell anyone?
We're going to need an answer here. Is it
Are we going with...
IV
Wait, there's a clock going. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. What were the two again?
IV in a creepy hospital or chained to a radiator, kind of like Saw.
The IV in the hospital, I just got to hope that it was like water or fluids or something they were using, or morphine.
Yeah, I'd rather wake up with an IV in a creepy hospital just because at that point I could rip the IV out and get out.
Wait a minute, you did wake up in a creepy hospital in another country.
That's very correct. I don't know if I would say woke up in a creepy hospital.
Wait, where were you when that happened?
I had emergency appendicitis surgery, also known as an appendectomy, in Jaipur, India, which was quite an experience, to say the least.
Wow.
They did a fantastic job. I don't have an appendix, but I've never been healthier. So thank you, Jaipur doctors. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it.
And you were working for OfferVault while you were there, right?
I was there for a trade show. I had some stomach pain and I decided to get it checked out, and I was having surgery 24 hours later. Darren.
Maybe you're just a pain in the butt, but I mean, this time it was like somewhere else.
Thank you for playing the OfferVault hot seat game. We really enjoyed having you on the show.
Hey, did I win?
You won. You won the opportunity to get out of the hot seat. Congratulations.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you so much. I was so nervous. You can't see the sweat dripping under the hat, but it's there.
Now, before we end this interview, I'd love to give you the mic, the floor, just for a final statement. Tell our viewers anything you want about the upcoming events or the affiliate ball. This is your time. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the quick summary of the event for the parties, the affiliate ball, the marketers ball, the virtualdigitalexpo.com is that you will be able to see a trade show map. You can click which booth you want to go to. You can visit their booth while there's somebody live on camera ready to chat with you. You can ask all the questions you want. You can slide outside of the trade show floor and go to the networking lounge. You can see a few hundred people there probably looking to network and chat. You can go cam to cam with them or just chat to chat with them and do deals, and or be in one big group chat and kind of post out there what you're looking for and how you guys doing, or just talk sports or whatever. And then you could even go dip into the other areas. You could stop by the nightclub at night and go to the marketers ball and see legendary talents. You can And on your booth display, it's an actual booth. You're going to see a huge booth. You got information, how to reach you, how to contact you, special offers and deals you might have going. You could do a demo. You can set up a time for a demo. You could record your demo and put it on the screen. You can get more than one screen. You can have multiple screens on your booth. So we have a special feature in addition to actually using Zoom. We have our own Zoom feature, meaning you could zoom in on the trade show floor map and see it all in high resolution, all the logos, and decide where you want to click. You mouse over it, gives you a little overview of the company and decide if you want to go in. These features are going to be really fun and cool, but the bigger booth, now if you are a platinum sponsor or a gold level, you want to have the biggest booth at the show. So not only is it the biggest on the floor map, which is how people are going to find you, but it's also an actual booth that's like huge. It looks like it's got to be 50 feet, from that side to that side. But you can actually zoom in with your browser and select the parts that you want to check out. Multiple video screens, promotional videos, multiple contacts with the company, who to reach, how to contact them, social media links, everything. So we're basically providing a way to keep you doing what you're doing while collecting leads at the same time. And for everybody attending the show, you'll be able to network like you've never networked before. And in lots of ways, it's better. Because if you are working a trade show booth, and I know I've seen you work in the trade show booth with OfferVault, you can only have how many conversations going at once? You're talking to maybe 5 people at your booth, right? Maybe 10 if you have extra help with extra reps. You can't handle more than that. But with our booths, we can fit 500 people, and you only have to say it that one time to all 500 people if we get that many. So in a lot of ways, it could be better. You actually have a trace of the dialogue, so you'll remember later on how to follow up with it. That doesn't happen on a trade show floor. There are so many ways that it could actually be better. You always wanted to be a speaker, but they wouldn't let you speak. You could decide to speak at your own booth, and I'll list you on a separate lineup of speakers and what time you're going to be speaking. In addition to our keynote speakers, we're in works with some very big names right now. I had a conversation with Gary Vaynerchuk, with his people last week. They're ready to go. I mean, all I got to do is line up the big speaker sponsor, and you get credit on Gary V. But that's where we're going with this. We want Gary V. We want Snoop Dogg. We got Mixmaster Mike, and we certainly want you to attend and network for free. We're not charging money at the moment. Free. And you'll get leads just like everybody else. You'll be matched up by your interests, what you have to offer, and what you're looking for. So you're losing money by not attending.
Well, Darren, once again, we really appreciate you being on the show. I will definitely be checking that out. Thank you so much for coming on. For Darren of the Affiliate Ball and the Virtual Digital Expo, myself, Josh of OfferVault, let's make that paper. Let's make that dough. This has been the Affiliate Marketing Show. See you guys next time.